Knowledge about self-defense is crucial, as you never know exactly when you might need to fight for your safety. As Wang Lee says, where there is preparation, there is no fear. So in this video, we'll be talking about the most effective and easy self-defense techniques you need to take down any opponent. 1. Classic knee hit. The easiest way to defend yourself from any attack is by kicking your opponent. First, you come near their body and grab the head really quickly. This is followed by kicks going up, hitting the opponent's chest, head, and groin. This repetitive movement will eventually bring your opponent down. While this may be a simple move, it's been proven several times to be effective in taking someone down. 2. Ankle pick single. Similar to the first technique earlier, this next move involves attacking the opponent by the collar. The key to this is creating a pivot, which creates an angle that you can quickly take advantage of. As you can see here, the opponent will bend, and that's when you can easily grab the ankle of his front foot to take him down. This move is perfect when caught in a positioning battle or when both fighters are bending head-to-head with each other. Here's another simple takedown you can do to defend yourself. It starts with locking your hands over the opponent's back, one arm over the shoulder and the other arm under. A good solid grip helps to do this. After it, you can go ahead and direct your opponent to the ground, breaking his balance. Take your back leg to the front along with the hips to create the momentum for the takedown. In just a few seconds, your opponent is down to the ground. 4. Double leg takedown. The double leg takedown is another powerful move you can do to protect yourself from an opponent. This move is more aggressive than the previous one shown. Here's why. First, the opponent is pushed, and not a second later, you go under the arm and launch him up with his legs. This creates enough force to put him to the ground where you can follow up with punches and kicks. It's also enough to end the fight right then and there. If you have good upper body strength, this type of takedown becomes much easier to perform. 5. Ukigoshi. The next takedown technique is the Ukigoshi, also called the floating hip throw. This move is commonly used in judo and is a popular technique to knock down an opponent. It makes use of the hips to create a pivot for the takedown. The Ukigoshi starts by breaking the other fighter's posture in the front. You do this by coming in with the right hip as you wrap the right arm around the opponent's waist. The next move is twisting his body to the left, allowing him to be thrown over to the ground. There are a lot of variations to the Ukigoshi, but the main principle of using the hips applies to each one. 6. Muay Thai sweep. Another takedown technique for self-defense comes from the world of Muay Thai. With the nature of this style of martial arts, this move is effective and precise, making it perfect for self-defense situations. Here's the Muay Thai sweep. Start with a good grip over the opponent's head. Follow it up with a slight turn in any direction. Take one quick step forward and sweep the opponent's back foot up from the ground. This easily throws him off balance, and in less than a second, he ends up on the ground. The Muay Thai sweep doesn't take a lot of work to do, but it remains to be a very effective takedown move for self-defense. 7. Tuck under back, take to back trip. Here's another takedown technique you might want to use when defending yourself. It involves attacking from behind, which can be helpful when dealing with larger opponents. Watch as he goes under the opponent's arm and quickly moves behind him. This catches the other fighter off guard and out of defense, creating the perfect spot to grab him and put him to the ground. With this kind of counterattack, you can easily gain control of the whole fight. 8. Outside leg trip. The next takedown technique comes from the world of MMA fighting, the outside leg trip. This one is also easy to do, making it one of the most common takedowns in MMA. It starts with covering your face and moving toward the opponent's chest. The goal is basically to close the distance between the fighters. Once that's done, you hold the opponent firmly. The outside leg is then tripped to create the takedown movement. The outside leg trip is most effective when done very quickly. After the opponent's down, you can then follow with more attacking punches. 9. Snap down. This next technique, called the snap down, is another classic when it comes to self-defense. Like most of these moves, it starts with a firm grip on the opponent's head, or at the very least his shoulders. Then you put enough force on the opponent's upper body, which creates the snap down opportunity, and he has no chance but to fall to the ground. This move doesn't need a lot of upper body strength, and you won't have to lift the opponent. The snap down technique is the perfect way to take down someone with a bigger weight. 10. Arm drag. The next takedown method is another easy technique for self-defense. You simply clear the opponent's striking arm and go behind him, then wrap your arms around the opponent's upper body and twist to take him down instantly. By clearing the arm, your opponent can no longer strike at you with punches. By wrapping your body around him, he also won't be able to launch any counter kicks. With this move, your opponent is basically powerless and ends up immediately on the ground. In most self-defense cases, you can't go wrong with this takedown. Just make sure to do each move quickly quickly to make sure the opponent doesn't have enough space and time for counterattacks. 11. Uchimata. The next takedown is the Uchimata, one of the oldest and most popular moves in judo. It's sometimes referred to as the inner thigh throw. Nowadays, it's been adapted to other kinds of martial arts. True to its name, it involves throwing the opponent over your thigh. Now, at first glance, this does look like a complicated takedown to achieve. This is because you have to have a good starting position as well as a good grasp of your opponent's collar. Once you have that firm hold, you can go ahead by turning and throwing your opponent to the ground. You'll need enough upper body strength to do this successfully against a larger opponent though, so if you find yourself facing someone smaller than you, it might be a good time to take advantage of this weight difference to take your opponent down. 12. Single leg takedown. The last technique for this video is the single leg takedown. It's one of the most straightforward methods to knock down an opponent because it requires you to grab the leg, quite literally. Watch as he aims straight for the leg, directing the opponent to fall to the ground. With such a grip on the leg, the opponent loses his balance. As you push your head to his body, he quickly gets knocked off. If you don't have much experience in self-defense, the single leg takedown is the perfect technique to execute. So that's all for today's episode, folks. If you enjoyed watching, leave a like and share it with your friends. You can also comment letting us know which types of videos you'd like to see from this channel in the future. Also, subscribe to Trend Loops if you haven't already. You'll want to check out our other videos. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.